We're here with Lester Holt. How important is it to have accurate news in today's day and age?
It's really important. There's no shortage of information out there, but some of it is not always what we think it is. And so it's really incumbent on those of us who consume news to examine it for its source and try to understand what it is before we start, telling everybody about it. And that's in a nutshell what we do. We're professional fact checkers, and trying to make sure that our broadcast is relevant and on target and covering stories as they should be.
Yeah, and heading to election year for 2024, we're also talking about the future of journalism with all these different tools at our disposal on social media, but also in the real world. What do you think the future of journalism is?
I think that, I tell people all the time it's a great time to be a journalist because we are facing a lot of these challenges. Nobody said it was going to be easy, the world we cover, but, at NBC News, we have a long legacy that stretches back 75 years, and we built it on this thirst for answers, this sense of integrity that we bring to the table, and I think people reward that. Every night millions of people sit down with us, and I think that's an affirmation of what we aspire to be and aspire to do.
What's a story this year that really touched you that was very heartwarming?
Well, it's there have been so many we've covered. Certainly the situation in the Middle East. I was in Israel for the beginning part of that story. Any way you examine that story, it's a lot of sadness, and there's a lot of moving parts that we'll continue to cover. But I think, my goodness, there have been so many other moving stories. I covered a mass shooting in Maine. It gets to the point it's hard to count how many we've been to. So this is a job that often brings us into these situations that are highly emotional, and we try to make sure that we bring compassion and honor victims.
Thank you so much.